This week in the League of Legends, we've got all kinds of information about the Teemoing. We've got a ton of information about a set of brand new skins that are very unique. And of course, pre-season changes. All this and more on the Best of Gaming web show.
This is Water Elemental.
And this is Axis, and we are here today to talk about the League of Legends. This is an ongoing show where we talk a little bit about everyone's favorite MOBA-style battle game. Very interesting stuff this week. We've got a new mode of Doombots coming out, which is based on some of the Halloween modes, and we've got a bunch of new skins that kind of bundle up within it. It's going to be Halloween-themed. It's looking very, very interesting.
So first off is the skins, because that's the main thing about any event. We have 3 new skins, the Bewitching Tristana, Bewitching Morgana, and the Little Devil Teemo.
We did talk about these a little bit already,
yeah.
But now that they play into the event specifically, we're just going to give them a little bit more thought here.
Teemo, he's a 1350 legacy skin, so these will only be around during Halloween. And the other two are 970, or the Morgana's 975, and the Bewitching Tristana is going to be 1350. The Tristana is probably the best out of the 3, just because it definitely changes up how the character looks and feels. Teemo is he's got a lot of cool animations to him, and Morgana is put a hat on a character and give her a bra. So that's pretty much the rundown. The event itself, it's Doombots of Doom, so if you have not played it before, the event consists of 5 overpowered units, usually characters like Wukong, Fiddlesticks, Morgana, Brand, and Lux, and they are superpowered, so their abilities are not like you normally see. They are overpowered, they are super scary, and they have very, very powerful AI. And the goal is to either last a certain amount of time or defeat the base, if you're lucky enough. This time around, there is a new mechanic where they will go to the center and they will summon Teemo in a demonic circle, and he will start storming the base. Your goal is to defeat Teemo. If you do, you will be able to unlock icons. There are 5 icons this year. 2 of them are for purchase. 1 of them is for defeating Doombots of Doom by November 3rd. You also can get a pumpkin for sending a gift. The one that bugs me the most is the Doomed Minion icon. There is a mini game you can go to on the website, and you have to click 500 times.
What?
To unlock the icon. Yes. You literally go on the site and click 500 times, and then you unlock the icon. And then it's like, you can keep going. It's like, fuck you.
Wow, you're really upset about this.
It was a waste of time. Like,
Did you
really?
do it already?
Yeah. I did it while waiting for you to record.
Right.
So, yeah, if you really want the icon, which is a nice looking icon, yeah, just spend 10 minutes and gain carpal tunnel.
Yeah, so very interesting stuff. We'll have to see how it plays out. Honestly, heroin can happen at any time. I'm glad they actually just did it at the right time instead of being stupid about it. So, Doombots, everyone's favorite. I wish it was more than 4 days. They're basically doing 10/20 through 24, so it's on right now. And then they're going to do another week of it on the 28th through the 31st. I feel like they should just have just a straight week and a half of it. Rather than be like, there's interruptions. Boo boo. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just let the spice flow.
Let the events stay, pretty much.
It's just silly.
In other skin news, we have the Victorious Maokai skin on the PBE, and it is gorgeous.
Really? I've heard a lot of people are kind of disappointed in it.
I like the look of it. He's definitely like kind of a more lighter colored tree with golden leaves. He's got like a shawl to him. He has an armored kind of shell above his bigger, like, I think it's his left arm. Particle effects match all the other Victoria skins where it's that bright golden blue. I honestly like it, but I'm a sucker for Maokai stuff. I'm going to try to go for it, but I'm not going to kill myself with ranked again. You're going to get it, so I can just...
I've been dancing between Plat 4 and 2 for the past couple of months, so... Yeah, Platinum's the real Elo Hell, boys. Let you hear it here first. The other thing that we've got going on as far as skins go is we've got these really sort of weird Jade skins.
Well, they kind of are paired up with some more of those Dungeons and Dragons style skins. So starting off with these Jade skins, we have Worldbreaker Hecarim. And the best way I can kind of describe it is old school Amani trolls from World of Warcraft. Very kind of like flat stone-like armor with bright blues and greens and golds. Kind of Aztec-ish. And it looks really cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. We've also got a whole bunch of other ones.
Gnosis.
Susan is pretty good. Yeah, we'll start with the Amani ones first, I guess. So Worldbreaker Hecarim's pretty bonkers. Very, very unique skin for him. And only $750 for how cool it looks. I'm actually really surprised. Worldbreaker Susan, like you said, not particularly my favorite. It's just, it looks kind of old school Egyptian, which is pretty cool. The one I think everyone's excited about is
Gnosis.
Trundle.
Oh, yes, Trundle got one.
Trundles looks super cool.
Yeah, he's the reason why I call back to the Imani stuff, because the club and like the pillar he brings up from the ground is just so good, and it's also $750 labeled right now. So for $750, this is probably Trundle's best skin. Pick it up. There's also Worldbreaker Nautilus, which I was excited for. Probably the weakest out of the set.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit too much thematically, to be honest.
Doesn't fit too much thematically, and unless you're really looking at details, it kind of, like, from far away, it looks like just kind of a higher polished Nautilus skin.
Indeed.
But he has new particle effects, which I honestly like. Yeah, they're great skins. I kind of want to see what else they do with that theme, because that is a really cool art style, and definitely, since we're kind of running out of, like, the classic set themes, they're kind of introducing some new stuff this year, and definitely interesting stuff. We also have more of the RPG skins, starting off with Karthus Lightbane.
Which, let me just say, is... I wish Karthus were better, so I would pick up this skin, honestly.
I know! Like, this skin is only $975, but it's Karthus in a human form with all new VO, as well as all of his spells and stuff reflect a more non-lich appearance. Purples, a lot of runic symbols. His ultimate's, like, just... like has this cool binding thing that circles around everybody. It's for $975. Holy crap!
Yeah, it's extremely good. Next up is Jace Brighthammer. Just a very nice looking plain Jace skin. You know, he's got really good stark colors, and the little halo behind him changes. If you're looking for a Jace skin that just is all around very pleasing to look at, it's this one. And for only $750, this is a steal.
This is one that they really wanted to please the players that didn't want the over technical ones or the ones that are just kind of like him in a suit. So this one, I love playing Jace. I don't play him often, but when I do, it's fantastic. For $750, boom, mine, definitely.
Next is Bard, which, I mean, do we need to say any more?
Oh my god.
It's just incredible.
I love the masquerade look to any, like, I love that kind of like classical Renaissance kind of mask style.
He looks like a goof.
Hello, I am here. I am Bard. Here I come. So, nothing more to say. Bard is just Bard. And finally, the coolest of them is Sejuani Dawn Chaser, where she's riding a lion. She's an elf. She's got like a lot of armor and equipment on stuff. Like, again, this like this style, like this high fantasy kind of skin set is very fun. It's a very fun. People. Because we also have the Gragas, Rise, Varys, and Braum. So it's a 9 skin set, and already there's not one out of the bunch that I wouldn't play with.
Indeed. So yeah, a very, very nice skin setup. I wonder if they're going to release these all at once or do sort of a couple from each set over time. We'll have to see, but they're very good, and yeah, very nice stuff. Now, we've got a bunch of preseason stuff, and we've got a patch that we need to go over, but we're going to sort of break it out over the next couple weeks, mostly because a lot of this information is going to change. We don't have specific details, so we just want to trickle it into you guys so that way we get our full thoughts, and we're not talking about it like 19 times over the next couple weeks. So we're just going to give you the sort of the Cliff Notes version of their preseason update page, which we'll go over now. So the biggest thing that they want to change, Smite and the jungle are being changed pretty significantly. So you no longer get additional buffs for smiting things. Your smite's going to gain a charge a lot slower. However, smite will now just restore a flat amount of health, and there will be all kinds of new plants in the jungle, which are going to function as sort of your jungle sort of buffs, in a sense. They'll have different effects, anything from giving you vision in an area, knocking you up, giving you some health.
Mobility, a lot of really weird things kind of coming from these new objectives.
Indeed, and it's very cool.
I'm actually not a fan of it. My thought on this kind of... It's kind of how I feel about the way camps randomize in Dota, is that you're kind of adding a lot of probability to areas. So you really aren't able to take control of where things are on the map now, because these things spawn. I'm not sure how they spawn or if they're in set locations, but essentially you're going to need to rely on these one of three things popping up. So if you're running away, there's a chance that it's going to be the right item you need at the right time, or wrong item, or something that's going to help out the opponent, stuff like that. It's like, it's something that I feel doesn't really need to be added to the jungle. I know that they want to kind of spice up the gameplay of the jungle, but this isn't the right way to go, in my opinion.
I don't know. I disagree. The jungle is pretty static, and I almost think it's a little too easy. So making jungle a little bit more difficult, maybe a little bit more easy to be influenced by invading, let's say. You go into a jungle and you blow up a bunch of plants, and all of a sudden their jungle's kind of crap for them to fight in. I think it's great. Not being able to just be like, oh, cool, I have poison on me, or I have detection, or I have something that completely closes you out from invading. I'm glad those things are gone. So those are my thoughts.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Right now, it's just my first impressions coming from PBE. Things aren't balanced yet, so we'll have to see. I am definitely interested to see how this will play into competitive next season, though. That's definitely one thing I'm really curious about. It's like, man, that's going to really kind of screw with pro players.
Indeed. The other big things they're doing are assassin changes, which we're going to go over once we get the hard numbers on them. And what else have we got? Replays and practice mode?
Yes, the major things, they announced replays a little while ago in a couple forum posts, but they also announced a new thing called the Sandbox Mode. And the Sandbox Mode is essentially a way for players to practice playing without having to create a custom bot match, or, have to do a little funky things to get your own private kind of practice room. And what this is going to do is a player can go in and they're able to manipulate certain features of the game. Creeps, you can bring creep waves in and out as fast or as little as you want. You can stop it altogether. You can level yourself up. You can decrease your level. You can give yourself enough gold. You can change builds. You can change kind of the way the game interacts. So this is a way for you to kind of practice a lot of features. So if you're trying out a new character, you don't want to wait in queue forever to play your character, or he gets banned all the time. Or if you don't want to go and play AI, you just kind of want to practice the mechanics, you can just hop into Sandbox Mode and get those kind of kinks out before you actually enter game mode, and I think this is fantastic. I don't know how many other games give you a robust kind of practice system like this. I know Heroes of the Storm does. I'm not sure if Dota has one, but it's still cool. I really like it.
Well, there you have it, folks. No, I'm really excited for the practice mode and the replays. Those are going to be great. I'm not the kind of guy that reviews my stuff often, but when I do something great and I'm like, oh, I didn't have Shadow Play running, it's kind of a drag. So I love the idea of being able to go back and nab it up, so to speak. Preseason's looking really cool. I'm really excited to see the new mastery changes, because it's something I complained about a lot this season. So I want to see the new stuff, and I can't wait to talk about the assassins. So you guys have to check in with us next week. It's going to be really, really great.
Yep. And with that, that's all of the major news. We do have 6.21. It's a smaller patch, but we're going to move that on to next week, along with a lot of the other preseason stuff. A lot of information. We're kind of running behind this week as far as getting news out, and I wanted to get the cool stuff out before Halloween started, because that's important.
Indeed, and I am starting a new job, so I've been kind of a pain for Water Elemental here. So if you guys are angry, blame Blame old Axaruni.
It's all right. I forgive you. I don't forgive you. I forgive you.
Stop! Anyway,
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Shut up. We don't have any questions to get this week, guys, but we love questions. We usually try to do at least 2 a week. If you have a question for us or about the show, about upcoming games, about League of Legends, about the channel, about anything really, please post them in the comment section below. Send them to our email, it's bestofgaming@gmail.com, or post them on our Facebook, Twitter, or website, all of which are linked to the information down below. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/bestofgaming. You can donate to that to get exclusive features, bonus content, and more. It really helps the show out, and it helps us keep going on days where there is horrible disease in the air. You excited for Worlds?
Not anymore. Every interesting team has been knocked out.
Yep.
And Flash Wolves, that's the team I want at this point to win, because they're the only ones that I wouldn't be disgusted having skins for.
Oops.
I just want SKT to get knocked out at this point.
Well, good luck.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm excited for that.
This has been Water Elemental.
And Water Elemental.
Goodbye.
Yeehaw!